Hello, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to talk about XML processing through JSTL. Whenever we are dealing with the JSTL, two certain points we need to take care of. The first point is we need to download the JSTL jar file from the Apache website, and the second one we need to set it into the class path so that the Java can find that particular jar file. Now, since we are using the Eclipse platform for doing all the steps, so we need to configure Eclipse accordingly. So let's start. And before the starting, let me talk about little bit about XML. So first of all, what is an XML? XML is nothing but a simple text file which is organized in a particular order using the tags. So here is one example of XML. Okay, so I have a XML file. The root of the XML file is library, and inside the library I may have multiple books. So the second element in this XML is the books, and inside the books we have multiple books. So this is one book, this whole entry is representing one book, and this whole entry is representing the another book. So I have entry for two books. One book, the book name is Core, Servlet and JSP. Author are like Marty and Hall, and there's some ISBN number. This is just like a dummy ISBN number. Similarly, I have the another book, Hibernate in Action. The author is possibly Gavin King, and there is some dummy ISBN number. So this is like an XML file which is representing a kind of library. We may increase the number of books in this library, because that is not, there is no limit on the books. So we may have two, may have three, may have thousands, hundreds, whatever be the number, we can put those books here only. So this is like an XML file. And what is XML parsing? This XML is just a simple text data. So if you want to fetch some useful information from this XML, then that process is basically called the parsing. So we parse the XML to fetch out the important information stored in this text file. So what are the important information? First of all, we may want to know how many books we have in the library, what are the books available in the library. So those information we can fetch from this XML file. So let's start parsing this XML file. So the first step is we need to create the project here. So new project, dynamic web project, and the name I want to supply is JSTL XML example. Okay, now already I have created this XML file, so I am just copying this XML file and pasting it here in the web content directory. Paste. So that library.xml is available in the project. Now we need to configure this project so that it can access the external library, that is the JSTL library. So right click on this project, go to the properties, and then choose Java build path, add external jar. We need to choose JSTL 1.2. okay, and that we are going to add. And then we again go to this Java jars, okay, copy and paste it inside this web-inf lib directory. Okay, so now we are ready the JSTL is already set into the library path, and obviously it is also set in the path of this editor. So both can, Java and this editor both can find out the reference of this JAL file. Now we need to pass this XML. This XML is available here. So we are going to create a JSP file here. The name of the JSP file is index. So first of all, how to parse? What are the tags available for parsing in JSTL? So we are going to discuss it one by one. So whenever we are using JSTL in any JSP page, then we need to tell the page compiler that where is the URI of that particular tag and what is the prefix we are going to use for that particular tag. So how to do that? It is done using taglib directive, and we are going to specify the URL. And first of all, I want to use the core. The prefix is C. Already I have talked about the core part previously in the previous video, but some of the tag I didn't discuss, that I am going to discuss here because that is very specific use here. Otherwise, just for an example, if I show you that tag, then it doesn't make any sense. And the second tag library which I want to use is the XML, because I want to pass the XML, and the prefix which I want to use is X. X stands for the XML. Now the first task which I want to do is to import the XML into memory. So to import the XML into memory, we need to use C:import. Now what it does, it go to the URL and fetch out the document into main memory. So to which URL it will go? It will actually this library.xml is stored in the same folder where this index.jsp is stored. So I'm just going to give the relative URL here, and that is library.xml. And when this whole document is loaded inside the main memory, then that document will be pointed out by this variable that is called DOM. So what happens by this line? This whole XML file is loaded into the memory. Now if you look at the entire library, entire this XML file, then how this XML file is loaded into the main memory. So let's talk about that. If you see this XML file, then the root element is library, and whenever the XML is stored inside main memory, then it is stored in form of a tree. So what is the root of the tree? That is library. Then the root has only one child here, that is called books. That is the only child available. Now the books is having two children. One is the first children is a book, and the second children is also a book. Now this book is having the three children. and similarly this book is also having 3 children. The first children is book name, the second children is book author, and the last children available here is ISBN number. Now similarly this particular book is having only one child, that is the 3 children, that is book name, book author, and finally ISBN number. Okay, so let's write this in short form, ISBN. Okay, so and then if we look at the next hierarchy, this book is having the name, suppose what is the name given, core servlet and JSP. So it is core servlet and JSP. Similarly this author is one thing, this ISBN number is one thing. Then similarly this book name is Hibernate in action. So there are 2 books available. Okay, so for this book we may have one author, and for this book we may have another author. Similarly for this book we may have another ISBN number, this book has another ISBN number. So this whole structure is called DOM. DOM stands for document object model. So this whole hierarchy is called DOM, document object model, and whenever this XML is loaded into the main memory, then it is loaded in this way. Okay, so this whole tree like structure is pointed out by this variable DOM. So what this CImport does, it actually loads XML file into memory in tree form. That tree form is pointed out by this DOM. So once it is pointed out, then our interest is to find out all the books. So what we will do, and obviously there is no one book available, there are 2 books available, so we need to iterate it through some loops. So here we have x colon for each, and then the for each, uh, okay, so sorry, one thing I missed out. Sorry, this C import actually fetch out this document and put it into the main memory, but it doesn't convert it into the tree form. Okay, but that memory location is pointed out by this DOM. Now, once this whole XML document is converted into or stored into the main memory, then we need to convert it into the tree form. So that tree form conversion is done by the XParse element. And what is this XParse element does? It takes XML as an parameter, and what kind of XML it will parse? The XML which is already loaded into the main memory. So the XML which is already loaded into the main memory is pointed out by this DOM. So we are going to parse this DOM, and once this whole structure is converted into the tree form, then that tree form will be pointed out by the variable suppose XML DOM. Okay, so now what this XML parse does, it actually converts or transform XML file into DOM tree. That is the purpose of this parse element. Now once I have that tree available in the main memory, that means once this tree is available in the main memory, then we can access any kind of tag or any kind of node available in this tree. Now if we select this node, the book node, then actually we will get the 2 books in this example. Possibly we may have multiple books, so we can get multiple book also. So to get the multiple books, we are going to use this X for each. Now what it does, it iterates till end if there is more than one node is selected by this select element. Now what we are going to pass in this select element, we are going to pass X path here, which will select a node. So what is the X path available here? The X path is $XML DOM. That is basically pointing out the whole tree structure. So from the tree structure, I am going to select library books book. So what it does, it actually select the book tag from this node. So if we are selecting the book tag, we are not getting actually the one book tag, we will get actually 2 books here. Now, so how this for each works, it's selected. So how many books we are getting? The 2 here, and then it will start iterating this whole list of book node one by one. So where is equal to B. Now this B actually represents the first book in first iteration, second book in the second iteration, third book in third iteration, and so on. So initially this book B is pointing to this book, then it will point to this book, and so on. So okay, now what I want to do, Once I am fetching all the book elements, I want to show it in a table. So let's create a table first. Table, and inside the table, let me create a T head, and then the T head actually contains T R. The TR actually contain TH, and here we can write book name, another TH, book author, and then TH, ISBN number. Okay, and then we iterate the entire node, book node. So for each book node, what I am going to do, I am going to create a TR, then that TR contain TD, and each TD we have, in each TD we are going to use the X out to actually printing out some value. So what we will do, $B/book name. So we are going to print the book name from the book. So this B actually represents first book in the first iteration, second book, second iteration. So from the first book, in the first iteration, we are going to print the book name, TD, same portion. Let me copy this, and here we are not going to print the book name, book author, and finally TD, ISBN number. So this is what an example of parsing out an XML and converting into the tabular form. So let's run this application. So run it. Okay, so this is book name, book author, and ISBN number. This one is a book name, this one is the author, this one is the ISBN number for first book, similarly for the second one. So now you are able to see how this XML is parsed. So for parsing an XML, the important point is, first we need to load the entire XML into the main memory. Once that document is available into the main memory, we are going to parse it using the x:parse, and then while the parsing, the whole document is converted into the tree-like structure, and then we are going to fetch each node from that tree one by one. So we are going to fetch the book tag one by one and storing it into the variable B, and then finally we are getting this book theme, book author, and ISBN number. Okay, so this is all about the XML processing in JSTL. In the next tutorial, I will talk about the database connectivity using the JSTL. Thank you for watching.